Mr. Chair, on behalf of the loyal Thai government, I am delighted to inform that we are on course with our plan to draft Thailand's National Action Plan on Business and Human Rights, or NAP. A number of steps has been taken. Our NAP is expected to be complete and officially launched in August next year. Please allow me to share our experience and view regarding the development of NAP. Firstly, we need to have everyone on board. We have to ensure multi-stakeholder engagement and with it their ownership. As a starting point, the National Committee has been established to move forward the business and human rights agenda. A series of dialogues, regional consultations, and seminars with different bodies and stakeholders has been conducted to make sure that their voices are heard. The Declaration on Cooperation to promote the UNGP was also signed with the Prime Minister's presence by relevant ministry, business chamber, the National Human Rights Commission, and the Global Complex Network Thailand in May this year. Secondly, the political will and commitment is also the key. In our case, the Prime Minister has reaffirmed during various public events a strong political will and personal engagement for the promotion of all three pillars of the UNGP. Last week, the Cabinet approved the announcement of the human rights as a national agenda, putting clearly a priority to business and human rights. Thirdly, we have to promote capacity building and training for relevant officials in both public and private sector. This has to start from the early stage for preparation of the NAP. My department, Rights and Liberty Protection of Ministry of Justice, has organized forums to disseminate knowledge on the UNGP, not only in Bangkok, but also at the local and regional level. Fourthly, we have found international cooperation very constructive and useful. As one of the first countries in Southeast Asia to work and developing a NAP, we encourage the sharing of experience and good practice in promoting the UNGP in the region and beyond. Mr. Chair, for the UNGP, we would like to emphasize that the third pillar always has to go hand in hand with the first two pillars. We believe that our effort would not be only symbolic if the victims could not be adequately compensated. The government has taken numerous steps to ensure victims access to effective judicial and non-judicial remedy mechanisms. We have been steadily reforming legislation, particularly the Human Trafficking Criminal Procedure Act of 2016, to enhance victim access to remedy and to give power to the court to award punitive damages, and the amendment of the Civil Procedure Code to include class action lawsuit provision in 2015. Our success story can also be found in the establishment of the Justice Fund and the Anti-Trafficking Fund. These funds provide victims not only financial remedies, but also necessary assistance for victims, such as rehabilitation, repatriation, and reintegration to the society. It is our task to streamline and modify the existing mechanism. Indeed, there is a need for business and enterprise, and not just state, to walk a talk on realizing effective remedy. Several companies in Thailand has taken proactive and voluntary action by creating channel to receive complaints and provide remedy out of court. In closing, it is through our collective effort that can put forward the change that we want to see in the world. It is us, all of us together, who can turn the UNGP into something more than a set of the principles. It is us who bear the responsibility of turning the UNGP into reality. I thank you.